Hey guys, how are you doing? What we are going to talk about today, Cockcroft and I are going to kind of talk a little bit about symbolism and virtual environments. So what we've got presented here, you guys have seen this. This is my header. I'm sure that Cockcroft has a header as well, very similar, if not the same one that we have on our Google Classroom page. And so this is a virtual environment because of this digital world that we're in. We try to create an environment that represents us as a person, but also what we're doing in class. So if you take a look here at some of the stuff that we've got in our classroom virtually, you can kind of look at the posters. These are all of some of the books that we're going to be talking about. And so they are symbols of what we're going to be doing in the class. But if you look a little bit deeper, we've got a few symbols that are hidden even more that represent who we are as people. So over here on the wall, it says readers are leaders. So that tells kind of what we believe in. But also, if you look kind of like right, I don't know if you can see my cursor move, but behind this pillow, there is a Wonder Woman. I'm going to make her bigger right there so you can see her. So she's sitting on the shelf right there, just hanging out. Over here on the desk, I have a dinosaur so that you can see that dinosaur. And then I have this little cute little puppy over here. That's my dog. That's Echo sitting there. And so these things they symbolize parts of me, they parts of my personality.
So the same being, I'm going to point out, do you want me to show mine or do you want to?
Sure.
Okay. So at the same time, I have the same thing. So you're going to see a lot of the same things. We're kind of both in the Bitmoji classroom here. I put myself on a soapbox, if you will, because I feel like you have to, your voice needs to be heard. You need to make your voice heard. And that is what this entire year is about, is when does your whisper become your shout? And that whisper, those beliefs, those values, and when are you going to stand up and what are you going to stand up for in this world that we are in? And so she pointed out some of her symbols. There are also, I have a lot of symbols that relate to books that we're going to read. And I'm not going to kind of reveal what those mean, but throughout the year, you can look back and see, that was a symbol from a book that we just read. As far as me personally, I've got books along the wall. We know that we're English teachers, but also books represent an escape for me, or a way to get to know the world I may have never had before without the books. So really this virtual world and this symbolism, we're going to be delving deep into symbols all year long. Like, you're going to probably yell at us at the end of the year when we're like, well, but what does that animal mean? And like, why do you like that animal? And the fact that you have a silver cup, why silver? You are probably going to be like, I'm done with you. But symbols are all the way around us.
Right. I will show you, even though you guys are sophomores, you probably have been to my senior page. And so on my senior page, let me share real quick. I have set up the same kind of thing. So they have a lot of the books that are along the wall, but over here I have a microphone. And this microphone is because they're doing a lot of the same thing that you guys are doing. Your whisper becomes a shout, but they need to be on that soapbox that Ms. Cockcroft is on as well, because it's not enough to just see a problem. What are you going to do about that problem? And if you look over here to the left, my symbol's right here. And I know it's really small for you, so I don't know if I can kind of make it a little bit bigger, but this is my students from last year. They were killed in a car accident over the summer. And so I made them into posters, but I put this candle in front of it. And so that's just to remind me that it's a symbolic gesture that, they're always going to be, alive and well in my heart. So these things that when you're looking at our virtual environments, you may think, oh, they just put any item in there. But they're not. Every little item you can click on, and every little item means something. We put these things in our virtual environment because we want to represent something. And as you guys are moving forward this week with your lockers and your happy places, you're going to be doing the same thing.
And remember, at the end of the day, you might be thinking, well, why is she making us do this? Why is she making us, create this virtual world? But part of this is to get to know yourself, which you kind of do know yourself, but the process of doing this will reveal other things to you, where you can narrow down what is it you truly stand for, and what, not just stand for, but what are you willing to fight for? Because I believe that macaroni and cheese should be baked, but I'm not gonna die for that, or I'm not gonna fight for that. Like, I'm gonna be like, oh, you offered me Kraft mac and cheese. Yeah, okay, but that's not the thing. And so ultimately, we're going to be going through our beliefs and our values to arrive at that one thing, that thing that's going to push us to the edge to fight for it. Some of you might already have that idea, and that's perfectly acceptable, but we're going to be reading a lot of text that's going to lead us through that. And so by the end of the year, you'll be doing various projects that relate around this question, which is, this is setting the foundation for you. I think that's all we got about this. So come prepared to our Zoom twos to have a discussion, to engage in discussion about these beliefs, these ideas.
Yep. Look forward to hearing from you.
Yes. I've already seen, I don't know about you, Ms. Whitworth, but in the emails that I'm getting, I'm seeing a lot of people kind of talk about like what they stand for. I don't know if that's my seniors or sophomores, but they're already starting to talk about it. So I think we got a good group.